Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Terry Briggs.
And I'm Don Johnson. Here's what's happening in your city.
Grand Prairie's Memorial Day holiday is off to an early and patriotic start with the arrival of hundreds of motorcycle riders to a hero's welcome at Dubisky High School. These bikers are taking the southern route from California to Washington, D.C., and one of three groups making the coast-to-coast trip known as the Run for the Wall, an annual pilgrimage that began nearly 30 years ago with two Vietnam veterans whose mission was to promote healing among all U.S. veterans, their families and friends, and to honor and remember all POWs, MIAs, and those killed in action.
My husband was a Vietnam veteran. My brother-in-law, a veteran who died over in Vietnam. My brother, Mike Harvey, was a veteran in Vietnam, and my brother, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Dyer, was a veteran in Vietnam. So it's very important to me to support this.
It also gives us a great opportunity to thank our veterans, promote healing, honor all who served today, and of course, remember all who sacrificed.
From the time we left Ontario, California, there's been people on bridges continuously for the last 1,500 miles. So it's been a very moving experience for me, and I must say that America is alive and well.
Everywhere we've gone, we've been fed. People have opened their arms. The bridges are covered with people waving American flags. It's been incredible.
After spending the night in Grand Prairie, they were back on the road heading east. Grand Prairie marks the halfway point of their 10-day journey that will end Memorial Day weekend with ceremonies at the Vietnam Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C.
Back it up.
1, 2, 3.
One of Grand Prairie's most entertaining events is back for a third year at Joe Pool Lake. The Dragon Boat Festival features teams racing in 40-foot-long canoes. Each boat carries a crew of 20 paddlers, one drummer who sets the pace, and one person who steers. Most of the teams are a mix of experienced racers and first-timers. Was it what you guys expected?
It was a little harder, I think, but it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It's so fabulous. It's inspiring. It's great to be on the water. You realize you can do this, and we're athletes.
The thing that really gets you out there is just knowing the fact that teamwork makes the dream work. And that's pretty much it at the end of the day. You just go out there to have fun and then enjoy your time.
A number of cancer survivors were also competing, and they were given special recognition during a flower ceremony on the beach.
Good job! Yeah, good job!
And they got a rousing salute when they got back to shore. The festival is sponsored by the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce, which uses proceeds to pay for scholarships and other community activities.
Part goes to career technical education scholarships. The other half goes to allow the chamber to spend so much time in workforce development, because that is our focus the last few years.
Get us there! Get us there!
You'll find race results and information about next year's Dragon Boat Festival by going online at gpdragonboat.com.
And tonight we fight back. We fight back with every fiber of our being.
A heartwarming opening ceremony and a survivor's victory lap marked the start of Grand Prairie's 10th annual Relay for Life. Held on behalf of the American Cancer Society, the Relay for Life participants collected pledges and then, as individuals or teams, walked the track at Reagan Middle School for 8 hours to raise money in the fight against a disease that continues to affect millions of people of all ages. And for the first time in a long time, the event stayed dry from start to finish.
I laugh because for the past 5 years, our relay has been affected by water, either through rain or through sprinklers that come on at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I joked last year and said this year's theme is going to be Under the Sea. We laughed about that. But yes, outside is where it should be. This is what a true relay is. You walk around a track, you have the campsites, people sit next to each other, and they do share the stories. Everyone out here would give you a different story about how they've been impacted by cancer, and that's why they're here. They're here to help make a difference for someone else.
Grand Prairie's relay has raised more than $25,000 so far. If you'd like to donate or for more information, go to relayforlife.org or call 214-819-1221.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
The newly elected Grand Prairie City Council is on the job. Mayor Ron Jensen, District 2 Councilman Jim Swafford, and District 4 Councilman Richard Frigo all retain their seats in the May 7th election.
I need to recognize and thank my wife, Gisela, who is here this evening, for her patience and putting up with the several years that I have served on the council, and now she's got 3 more.
There's been a lot of things that we've done together. Of course, about the time you get on the short end of one of those 1-8 votes, you'll find out you can't do anything by yourself. So thank you, fellow council members, for your support and for your counsel and your wise input. It takes all of us to put this thing together.
And I couldn't be happier for the things we're getting to do together. I'm so excited, and I don't look back. I'm so grateful that the citizens of Grand Prairie have gotten what we're trying to do.
Jensen, Swafford, and Frigo will serve 3 years before facing re-election.
On your mark, get set, go!
Grand Prairie schools are using the fun and games of a carnival to teach a very serious lesson about drugs and alcohol.
You're riding while you're drug and alcohol free on these cards.
Before they get to play, students must write down their reasons for staying away from drugs and alcohol.
I put that I stay drug and alcohol free because of my mom. Because my mom means a lot to me in my life.
Because it's bad for you and I want to be successful in life.
And I want to be successful in life, so I choose not to ever follow with those people. And I just choose not to ever go that way.
They also complete a self-esteem treat that lists positive personality traits they can use to help them say no to drugs and alcohol. The Traveling Carnival is a partnership between the school district and Impact Grand Prairie, a nonprofit working to decrease youth substance abuse. Officials say they're visiting middle schoolers first because of the high risk to these youngsters.
We have them write down or affirm the thought about being anti-drug, or because we want them to stop and think about how they really feel about not using drugs and about being able to be strong in the face of the influences around them.
You can learn more about Impact Grand Prairie and resources for preventing substance abuse by going online at impactgp.org.
That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you'll join us next time.